Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lance Letain here from Parkinson, Canada with your at-home workout. Hello, Betty. How are you, Rick? Good to see you guys. Yeah, just welcome. This is class number 13. My goodness, we've been locked down for a long time. Oh well, it is what it is, and we'll make the most of it. So yes, I'd like to thank you for participating in today's class. It's a beautiful chilly, but it's at least a Monday afternoon here in Winnipeg. And yeah, we're gonna get ready to work out here. We'll do our regular routine of having our warm up, then our cardio cool down, followed by some muscular strength training, then some balance exercises and flexibility, then focus at the end with Parkinson specific exercises. Hello, Cheryl. Great to see you as always. Thanks for coming. So yes, before we get going today, I just kind of wanted to talk to you about a few different things. We will need your TheraBands or resistance bands if you have any. If you don't have any of those, you're going to need your cans. Again, I've got a can of chickpeas and a can of pinto beans. Or if you don't have anything, any weights, hand weights, or any cans, you can just use gravity. That'll be fine too. But before we get going, I just kind of wanted to touch base about motivation. There's two different kinds of motivation that we're looking at. We're looking at intrinsic motivation, so that's kind of a motivation that comes from within you, like you want to do it for your own reasons. And then there's extrinsic motivation, and that could be maybe your doctor telling you that you need to get some exercise, or somebody else suggesting that maybe you should be doing this instead of doing that. That's extrinsic. Regardless if it's intrinsic or extrinsic motivation, the fact that you're here makes me excited. I'm really happy that you are here. So that relates to both all aspects of our life, from exercise to fundraising. Hey, Dave's. Hey, Monique. All right, great to see you. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, that's motivation. You're here for your own reasons, and for me, what's important is that you are here. And I like the fact that you're taking control and you're managing what you can do to make a difference in the quality of your life. And we know that if you're a person who's living with Parkinson's disease, one of the best things that we could be doing is exercising for a number of different reasons, and I'm kind of getting into that right now. So when I mention exercise, we're kind of looking at that intensity level where you have to be pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. And so that could be working to the point of where it's actually a little bit challenging to talk and exercise at the same time. So that's kind of at the bottom end of things. So that's sort of the moderate level. Now we're trying to get between the moderate level and vigorous. We don't want to be at vigorous all the time, because that's pretty stressful. So somewhere in between there. So we do want you to be able to breathe and to be able to talk a little bit, but you shouldn't be right out of breath, and you shouldn't be able to get to the point where you could actually sing and exercise, because then you're not working out hard enough. So what are some of the benefits that we can talk about if you are a person who's living with Parkinson's disease, and the benefits that exercise can contribute to your life? Well, we have bradykinesia, and we know that that's slow movement. There's tremors, there's rigidity, there's instability, but then there's some things that people can't see, and that could be, you become fatigued easier if you have Parkinson's disease. You can have mood alterations as well. There's some cognitive impairments, and there's other aspects too. And I just want to let you know that exercise is really helpful in trying to, slow down the progression of some of these symptoms, or maintain them at a certain level. It's not going to be a cure, but it's just really going to help you maintain what you have, or at least slow down the process. It can also really help with just how your body is processing the medication that you might be taking. There's some studies that I was reading earlier on today that exercise really does help embrace or facilitate how much of the levodopa, or the dopamine that's being absorbed by your nervous system, by your body. So yeah, keep it up if you can. We're trying to look for that 150-minute magic sort of mark. So that's, again, 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise per week. So we're doing this class 3 times a week, and classes are lasting about 50 minutes long, so we're getting that 150 minutes there. Stay with it. 6 months. Yeah, I was also reading the study that if you can regularly exercise for about a 6-month progress, that there's some great results out there that they're showing that there's progress and benefits with regular exercise. So if we can try and stick with it for the 6-month mark, you're going to benefit from that. Again, intensity is the key. You have to push yourself outside that comfort zone, but you have to be able to enjoy it. So if it's maybe not exercise classes that you're that are doing it for you, find another activity that's going to do it for you. It could be doing something outside. It could be walking, like a predicted walk. It could be stationary bike riding. It could be, well, whatever it is, just make sure you enjoy it. But we have to get to that intensity level where you're actually working hard. Safety before we get moving here. If you're just starting off with exercise classes, just make sure, hi Ruth, if you're just starting off with exercise, just make sure you got the okay from your healthcare professional. That could be from a doctor, it could be a nurse, it could be a physiotherapist. If your physiotherapist say that, you know what, you shouldn't be taking your hands up too high, listen to them. We don't need to have our arms up high. You can keep your arms down lower, like if you have any sort of shoulder injuries. Do what's safe, do what feels good for you, but try and do it with some energy, and try and do it where you're going to have to focus on what you're doing. We're trying to engage our brain here. And if there's any sort of pain, stop. Soreness is different than pain. Do a few shout outs here. Happy to see that Monique's here. Right on, Monique. So we have Andy, Jerry, Robert, Pete, Ruth, Cheryl, Jim and Wanda, they're always here. Betty and Rick, Nathan, Marge, Lou Ali, Kirsten, Ann, Petty Pam, Darlene, Marsha, Jackie, Martin, Chad. If I'm missing anybody out there, just let me know and I'll make sure to give you a shout out before our next class tomorrow. Okay, why don't we get moving here? I'll stop jabbing away here. I'm just going to move my chair back. Again, a lot of the exercises that we're doing can either be done from a seated position or they can be done from a standing position. I try and do both, and you do whatever is best for you. But we know how we start off every class. I learned this when I was teaching classes. I learned this from, I think it could have been Don Pontiflex and I think Betty. They taught me to slap, clap, and snap. So we're going to do that. We're going to 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, down to 1, then back to 5. Ready, gang? Okay, here we go. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. All right, good job. Way to go, gang. Okay, of course, I should always be saying hi to Karen. Hello, Karen. Great to see you as always. I know your name didn't pop up, but you told me you were watching, so glad you're here, Karen. Okay, so let's think of our posture. If you're standing up, let's have your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders, but where our shoulders are pulled back, standing up nice and straight or sitting up nice and straight. Align your chin so it's nice and straight with your spine. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be tapping our toes. So just tap, tap. So with our warm up, we're getting our mind ready for exercise and we're getting our body ready for exercise. So we're just tapping our toes. Tap, 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 tap. Keep it going. Okay, tap our heels. Is Ruth there? Hello, Ruth. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do some side steps. So it's just together, together, side, together, side, together, side, together. Okay. So for today, our cardio, When we get to it, we're going to be doing some marching. We're going to do a few different combinations with marching. We're also going to be doing some heel tapping and cross-country skiing. We might be able to cycle through everything twice. So that should take us about 20 minutes. So we're trying to get our heart rate up. And then we're going to bring it down with a cool down. We're going to be doing some swimming, toe taps, and breathing, and muscular endurance. Okay, no more legs, just do our arms. Swing them back and forth. Bringing your hands up to shoulder height. Remember, we're thinking of our posture, standing or sitting up nice and straight. Continuing to breathe. That feels good. I can feel a stretch in my shoulders. We just do one arm. And our other arm. Bring it to shoulder height. If it hurts too much to bring your hands up to shoulder height, you can bring them lower. Like I said, right now we're just getting our body prepared for some movement. Blood starting to circulate throughout different parts of our body. Now how about we try and do both hands and steps at the same time. Step and swing. Step and swing. Nice and slow. Nice and controlled. How are you feeling? I hope okay. By all means, if you need to take a break at any point in time, just take a break. Okay, just our arms. Now we're going to be transitioning into our cardio section, so we're going to stop. So for those of you that need a sip of water, now would be a really good time to have a sip of water, but just make sure you put your water bottle aside so that it's not going to be a tripping hazard. For your area that you're going to be exercising, and make sure there's no area carpets where there's a corner that's flipped up that could be a tripping hazard, or if there's a table, if you were to fall down and you were to knock your head, just try and push that table out of the way. Now, if you get lost at all during the cardio section, just move. That's the biggest thing. So the easiest thing for you might be marching on the spot. If you're not able to follow for whatever reason, just march on the spot. We're trying to keep 20 minutes of continuous movement here. So speaking of march, let's start. Just our legs. Let's try and go high knees, up and up, up and up, up and up. There we go. Slowly getting there. Should we add some arms? Why not? Again, the more muscles that we got moving, the better it is for us. Nice and controlled. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, march it out. No arms, just our legs. So the combination that we're going to do first here, it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to kick our heel forward on the 4th. Watch me. I'll demonstrate. Looks like this. It'll go 1, 2, 3, heel out. 1, 2, 3, heel out. Looks pretty straightforward. Again, if you get lost, just keep on marching. That's the big thing. So it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, then your heel goes out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, heel out. 1, 2, 3, heel out. 1, 2, 3, heel out. And out. And out. And out. And out. And out. Shall we try to add some arms? Why not? 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3, heel out. Heel out. Out. And out. And out. And out. And out. And out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hey, march it out. Good job. Okay. We're going to get this all figured out. It's going to take a little bit of time. We'll get at it though. So this time, instead of putting our heels out in front, we're going to toe tap on the side. So no arms, just our legs. It's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, and side. And side. Looks all right? Okay, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, and side. 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 We're going to add some arms in. So whenever I do the side, I'm going to bring my arms to the side. It's going to look like this. And side. And side. And side. 1, 2, 3, and side. And side. Side. And side. Okay, march it out. I'm even trying to figure out these arms here. Over time, we'll get it all figured out. Again, if you get lost anywhere along the way, you can just do the arms, or you could just do the legs, or you could just march on the spot. So this time, what we're going to try and do is we're going to tap back. So it's going to look like this. No arms. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, and back. And back. And back. And back. And back. Back. And back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Okay, a little bit of coordination involved there. Now we're going to try and go forward, and we're going to go sideways and back. We're going to try that again. 1, 2, 3, and forward. 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 And forward. 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 Should we try sides? Why not? Let's try it here. And side. And side. To the side. 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 And side. Let's try back. 2, 3, and back. And back. Back. And back. And back. And back. Back. Last one. And back. Hey, march it out. How you doing? I know even I get lost a little bit once in a while, so if you get lost, not a big worry. Okay, let's do some big steps. This is actually harder sitting down than if you're standing up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. No arms, just our legs. So now we're going to do heels up front. So let's stop. Okay, it's just heel tap and back. And back. And back. And back. Should we add some arms? We're going to do some bicep curls. So it's going to look like this. And back. And back. And back. For those of you that can, and you need a harder workout, just take bigger steps. We still want controlled movements, but just make your steps a little bit larger. It's going to take that much more work. The timing will be the same, but you're just going to have to step larger. Or if you need, you can bring your arms up higher. Okay, typically I like to have my Mondays a little bit easier, getting back into the swing of things here. Okay, no arms, just our legs. And out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 2 times on one side. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1 and 2. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now it's going to be 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, march it out. How you doing? Still with me? We're past the halfway mark here, gang. Keep on moving. All right. Think we could try 4 steps each foot? Let's give it a go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the foot. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. We're moving. Big thing is keep on keeping on. Okay, now we're going to try some cross-country skiing. I'm going to demonstrate sitting down, but I'm going to do them standing up. So we're not going to do our legs, we're not going to do our arms, we're just going to do our legs. So from a seated position, it's just foot back, together, back, together, back, together, back, together. Standing up, it's back, back, together, back, together. Okay, for those of you that need a harder workout, take bigger steps, so it would just look like that. Timing is the same. If you have a hard time just do it like this, just do it like this. Back, together, back, together. Okay, now we're going to try and pick up the pace a little bit. So it's going to be back, together, back, together, back, together, back, together, 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 back, together, together, together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, march it out. All right, so we got the legs. Now let's focus on the arms. I'm going to demonstrate standing up, but I'm going to do them sitting down. So arms just like this. Forward, forward. There we go. Nice, big, solid movement. See how large you can go. Remembering our posture. Continuing to breathe. Got a great big smile on. It always feels better when you're smiling. What do you think? Ready to add some legs? Why not? Let's give it a go. You're standing, nice big steps. You're sitting. You're going to find you're lifting your bum. That's okay. Still nice and controlled. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, march it out. Good job, gang. All right, thanks for coming today. Sure means a lot. Love getting comments, feedback, waves. I know Manon, she always gives me a great big smile. I love that, Manon. Thank you. Okay, we're going to keep on marching. We're going to transition back into the march. So it'll be the 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do heel forward. So no arms. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Heel forward. And forward. Forward. And forward. Yep. Forward. Forward. Okay. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Okay, march it out. Let's get our knees high. Okay, past the 15-minute mark here, gang. So now we're going to do to the side. No arms, just our legs. March it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and side. 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 Again, those of you that need a harder workout, just take bigger side steps, or you can have higher knees when you're marching. That's going to be harder to do. Side and side. Side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go forward. Forward and forward. Forward and forward. Yep. Forward. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to go to the side. Side. And side. Side. And side. Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1. March it out. Both upper body and lower body. Bring it wide and narrow. Wide and narrow. Wide and narrow. Okay, still with me? I hope so. Okay, let's try standing still. We're just going to heel taps out and back, out and back, adding arms and back and back and back. Slowly but surely, we're making our way towards that 150 minutes. We're past that 15 minutes. Still have tomorrow and Friday. Of course, we have all the days in between and after as well. We're going to go 2 times each side. 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. No arms. 1 and 2. 1. Now we're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're doing 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, slow march. Now we're getting into our cardio cool down here. We've done our cardio, so we've done our warm up, we've done our cardio. Now we're cooling it down. We're slowing our heart rate, slowing our movements, letting all the blood that may have collected in your large muscles spread throughout your entire body, especially your brain. Brain needs oxygen. Oxygen-rich blood. Okay, slowing it down. Nice slow march. We're going to go into a swimming, so forward, front crawl. Or for you swimmers, you know it as the freestyle. Stroke and stroke. Stroke together. There we go. For those of you that have some shoulder issues, if you don't have full range of movement, that's okay. Do what you can. Now we're going to go back crawl. So backwards, pushing water. Remembering our posture. Standing or sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here we're going to do the breaststroke. So out. There we go. So how was your Mother's Day? Did you do anything special? Did you have a special meal? I hope so. I know I sure missed my mom. I really wanted to see her. She lives about 3.5 hours west north of where I'm at. But with COVID-19, we just didn't think it was the best time to be having me and my kids going out to visit her. So hopefully before too long we get to be together. Last one. Okay, now we're going to do some toe taps, just sitting out on the spot, stationary toe taps, tapping our toes. Oh, I sure missed her though. Now heels. Okay, slowing it down even more so, we're going to do three big breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, raising our arms. Here we go. In and out. Big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. This is going to be the biggest breath of our day. Big breath in. Hold it there. And out. We did a gag. We just did our warm-up, our cardio, and our cardio cool-down. Now is a great time to grab a sip of water if you need some. We're going to be transitioning into our muscular strength and endurance, and then going into our balance exercises, flexibility, and Parkinson-specific exercises. Rosemary Cook's here. Hello, Rosemary. Great to see you. It's been about a year since I've seen you. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be needing our cans. If you have cans of chickpeas or beans, if you have TheraBands or resistant bands of any sort, you can use those. Or if you don't have anything, you can just use gravity. I'll try and demonstrate both the way it looks like. So thinking of our posture, sitting up nice and straight, or if you're standing, stand nice and straight, shoulders back. I'm going to demonstrate with the cans, but I'm going to do them with the resistant band. So when we're doing bicep curls, our elbows are nice and tight to our body, our palms are facing forward. We're just going to be bringing up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. With the resistance band, it's going to be the same similar motion, but you're going to put 2 feet on the band as such, hanging on to the ends of the band. If you have arthritis and you find it really hard to grip on things, you can just wrap these bands around your wrist like this. That way you don't have to hang on to them. Okay, it's going to be the same motion. Elbows are nice and tight to our body. We're going to breathe out as we're curling and breathing in as we're dropping. Here we go. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more. And down. 3 more to go, gang. 3 more to go. Up and down, up, and down. One more for good health. We can do it. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Fantastic. Good job. That's one set. So our sets are about 6 to 8 repetitions per set. So that means sets, we're just going to be doing 2 different sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. We're going to try that again. I'm going to use the cans this time. If you have hand weights, you can use your hand weights. Again, if you have nothing at all, you can just use resistance there. Okay, so let's try the same thing. Building up to it, we're going to breathe out as we're going up. Here we go. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Four more. There we go. Keep on breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Last one. Make it a good one. All the way and down. All right, guys, you did it. So yeah, we just finished working on our bicep. That's the big muscle here and the big part of your arm here. So that's the muscles that we use when we are when we're weight training, when we're like lifting groceries. That'll be a big one. Okay, so now what we're going to get into is we're going to do a sit to stand. This is a really tough one. For me, falls prevention is one of the biggest things that we could be doing if you happen to be living with Parkinson's disease, or as we get older, actually. It's for anybody. Our balance becomes an issue. So it's something we have to work on, keeping our muscles engaged here. So a sit to stand, everybody will need a chair. If you don't have a chair, I'll show you what it can look like. So sitting up nice and straight, thinking of my posture, my shoulders back. I'm just going to be standing up and down. Now I keep my feet wider than my shoulders because it's going to give me a nice solid foundation from which to stand. So if you could do the same, that would be fantastic. If you don't have a chair, it's just going to be squats. So see how my feet are nice and wide? I'm just going down and up. So if you don't have a chair, that's what it's going to look like. So it's not bending over. It's just kind of shooting your bum out. It's going to look like this. Shoot that bum out and up. So we're going to try 8, take a break, and then we'll do 8 more. Ready? Here we go. Up and down. That's 1. Up and down. Nice, slow, and controlled. That's harder to do. It's better for us. Up and down. That's 3. Up and down. Halfway there, gang. Halfway there. Up and down. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Woo! That's tough work. Good job. Okay, we're going to do some chair crunches, then we're going to come back to the sit to stand. So our chair crunches, you're sitting towards the end of your chair on your bum. You can have your arms crossed across your chest, on your thighs, on your laps here, or out in front. This is the easiest way. Just make sure you don't lock your feet underneath the chair there. That's taking away from your abs working. So we're working on our core, the midsection of our body. What we're doing, thinking of our posture, sitting up nice and straight, we're leaning back till our shoulder blades touch the chair and sitting up. We're going to do 8. Here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 7. Last one. 8. Oh, whew, that was tough. Okay, now we're going to do 8 sit-to-stands. Are you ready? If you don't have a chair, that's okay. You can stand, you can do the squats. Here we go. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Up and down. If you have to use the arms on your chair, that's okay. Do what you gotta do. Up and down. Up and down. 3 more. Two more. And the last one, here we go. Up and down. Now we're doing our chair crunches. Leaning back. And up. That's 1. And 2. There's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Woo! 8. Holy moly, that was hard. Good job. Whew, we're making our way through everything in here. That's great. So now what we're going to do the knee up. You can do this from a seated position or a standing position. I'm going to demonstrate sitting down, but I'm going to do them standing up. So we're thinking of our posture. If you're sitting down, shoulders are back, raising your knee up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. From a standing position, you can hang onto a chair. It's just going to be up and down. 8 each side. Here we go. Up, up. That's 1. That's 2. Nice and controlled. That's 3. Working on our balance here too. This is 4. We're done 4. Beginning of 5. 8 each side. Here's the start of 6. Nice and slow and controlled. Here's 7. And 8. Holy moly. You did it. Right on. I know it seems like one of those things that it seems insurmountable when you're first starting off with 1. You know, like, this guy expects me to get 8. Well, you know what? If you stay at it and you chip away at it, sooner or later you're going to get it done. So good for you to do as many as you can. And for those of you that were able to keep up, right on. Okay, so now we're just going to do some calf raises before we get into our flexibility here. So for our calf raises, if you have a chair, I'm going to demonstrate standing up. I'm going to do them sitting down. Just going up on your toes, hanging onto your chair, and down. So if you're from a seated position, it's going to be the same thing. Think of our posture, sitting up nice and straight, going up on your toes, and down. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. That's 4. Halfway there, gang. That's 5. 6. 2 more. That's 7. All right. We've just finished off our muscular strength and endurance training. Fantastic. Okay, so now actually we're going to be working a little bit more of our balance here before we get into our flexibility. That was my mistake earlier on. So for our balance, what we're going to work on, if you're from a seated position, you can do this. You're just going to be holding your knee up and holding it there for a 6 count. If we're standing, you can hang on to your chair, raising one knee up, balancing there. If you can do it with no hands, you can do it with no hands. And down, what we do to one side, we do to the other. Up. If you don't have to use your hands, don't have to. Or if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can close one eye. But I would hang on to a chair or a wall if you're going to do it with one eye. Now we're going to bring our leg back. A hamstring curl, hold it there. And down. Other leg. Working on your balance. Find if you stick your arms off to the side, it's really going to help. And down from here, we're going to shift our weight from one side to the other. I have one toe on the ground, shifting my weight. For those of you that have good balance, you could raise a toe. And down, what we do to one side, we do to the other. Holding on. If you have a wall to hang on to, you hang on to the wall. Okay, from here, we're going to do a calf stretch. If you're sitting down, all you're going to do is just bringing your toe back towards your body. If you're standing up, what I want you to do is just hang on to the chair or the wall. You're just going to kick one leg back, press the toe down, and press your heel down, holding it there. Working on our balance, and we're also getting a stretch in here. And changing our legs. Remember, if you're sitting down, you're basically just bringing your toe towards your body. Feel that stretch. Hold it there. Okay, so from here what we're going to work on, a bit of our flexibility. So we're just going to bring our one ear down to your shoulder. So we're going to be stretching out the sides of our neck. Now it's really important whenever we're doing any work with our upper spine here to be very careful. We're not looking for any pain. If you have pain, stop. So I'm just going to bring my one ear down to my shoulder as far as I can. Not hurting myself, just holding it there. Head back to neutral. Now we'll go to the other shoulder. Holding it there. Head back to neutral. Now we're going to drop our chin to our chest. Continuing to breathe. Head back to neutral. Shoulder shrugs. Holding it up. That feels glorious. Dropping our shoulders. Now we're going to do the shoulder check. Not too hard, not too far. Looking over your shoulder. Holding it there. Head back to neutral. Other side. How does that feel? Good, I hope. Now we're going to just stretch our upper back so we can interlock our fingers. You're going to bring them above your head if you can. Stretching our upper back. Bringing it down. Stretching out our forearms. Pulling back on your fingers. Feel the stretch right in your forearm. Now let's do a flexion. That feels just as good. Now what we do to one side, we do to the other. Holding it there. And flexing it back. Okay, so now we're just going to stretch out our hamstrings a little bit. If you're standing up, it's going to look like this. You're just shooting one leg out in front and pulling back. If you're sitting down, it'll be the same motion. Now we're not dropping our head. We're just leaning forward. You should still feel the stretch in your hamstring. Leaning forward, breathe. Put a big smile on your face. And back. What we do to one side, we do to the other. Leaning forward. Oh, that feels so good. And back one more time, each leg. Leaning forward. Feel the stretch in your hamstring. And back, last time. Then we're going to get into our Parkinson specific exercises. Leaning forward. And back. Whew. Man, I feel so much better than when I first started off here. Thanks for coming. You guys motivate me. Knowing that you're going to be here really makes me feel good. So now we're just going to work on some Parkinson specific exercises. We're just going to close our eyes nice and tight. Holding them closed, scrunching them closed. Opening them wide, wide, wide eyes. Closing again. Tight, 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 tight. We're exercising these we have tiny little muscles on our face here. Of course, we can get the Parkinson mask opening up nice and wide. So the more we exercise our muscles, our facial muscles, the better it's going to be. Okay, eyes neutral. Now we're just going to drop our jaw. This is important for when we're chewing food. Dropping your jaw. A great big smile. Big, big smile. Holding it there. Stretch those muscles. Now drop the jaw again. And closing. A great big smile. There we go. We're almost done for today. Okay, now we're going to do our lip side movement stretch. So just placing the palm of your hand against your cheek, you're just going to be stretching out the muscles. So sometimes we find that you can be drooling and these muscles become tight and it's hard to tell if you're drooling. So let's try and keep them nice and loose by stretching it out. Hold it there. Feel that stretch. And relax. What we do to one side, we must do to the other. Pressing, holding it there. That feels good. Relax. Now we're going to raise our eyebrows as high as you can. See how high you can get those eyebrows. High, high, high. And relax. One more time. Getting our eyebrows as high as you can. And relax. Okay, we're going to finish off things here with a little bit of breathing. And we can have a little talk. I'll take any questions that you have. We'll take them at the end here. Let's finish off with 3 big breaths. So big breath in through your nose. That's 1. Big breath in. Last one, biggest breath of the day. And breathe it out. Great job, gang. You just did 55 minutes. So we're well on our way for the 150 minutes for the week here. So great job. Good for you. I noticed that Pete here, he's always attending the classes. I really appreciate it. Pete has a question here. When we do the sit to stand exercise, is it best to cross our arms and stand on the balls of our feet? Great question, Pete. Thank you for asking it. So yes, ideally you're going to want to you want to be on the balls of your feet. Now your arms kind of do whatever is best for you. It's definitely harder to do if you're not engaging your upper arms. So if you're just focusing on your lower body, by all means, if you have the ability to do that, you can do that. So it's just going to be like this, nice slow sit to stand. That way we're not engaging our upper body. All the work is being done by our quadriceps and our glutes. So if you can do that, by all means, do that. So good for you. For those of you, again, if you need to use arm rests, you use the arm rests. Other people, you can use momentum. Sometimes I find myself it's a little bit easier if I'm kind of swinging myself up and down. But yeah, that's a great question, Pete. Thank you for asking that. So yeah, we always try and have our feet nice and wide, so we have a nice solid foundation underneath us. In case you kind of lose your balance, the wider your feet are, the harder it's going to be to lose your balance. Let's see. All right, so we're like almost approaching the middle of May here. Have any of you tried the predicted walk? How's it been for you? So predicted walk, again, remember, it's just you're guessing how long it's going to take you to walk a specific distance. It could be a walk around your block. So before you go, you'd maybe write down or you share with somebody, I think it's going to take me 5 minutes and 55 seconds to walk around the block and get right back to where I started from here. So you're going to do that. You're not going to be looking at your watch. You're not going to be looking at your phone. You only do that when you're done. So once you do it one time, you see that, geez, that took me 6 minutes and 15 seconds. I think I could probably get that same time. You're going to find that when you do it the second time, you really be focusing on your walking. And you'll find that your strides are going to be a little bit more, they're more meaningful, and they're going to be a little bit longer. So that's what we're looking for, especially if you're a person who's living with Parkinson's disease, that we get that shuffle kind of coming on. And that's what we were trying to battle against. So when you're focusing on having a nice long stride, that's kind of what we're looking for. So for the month of May, we're really encouraging people to get out and enjoy the weather, but try the predicted walk. And you're going to find that it won't take you very long to get pretty good at it. So once you kind of mastered, walking around the block in your neighborhood, maybe you can try different parts. You can try and make a walk that's longer. Again, that sort of magic number we're looking for is 150 minutes in a week. So if you can go out for a walk and it's going to take you a half hour, well, you've just taken out 30 minutes out of 150 minutes. So the more exercise we get, the better it's going to be. So yes, Super Walk, we're still proceeding with the Super Walk for this year for Parkinson Canada. It's going to be a virtual Super Walk, so you're going to be walking in your neighborhoods. You can be walking with family or friends. We're just very cognizant of the fact that it's hard to say by the middle of September how this COVID-19 is going to be. So in order to be on the safe side, we're doing a virtual walk. So it's going to be smaller groups, and it's going to be with people whose health you're going to kind of have a better sense of how healthy they are with COVID-19. So we're still raising money for that. We have the movement challenge happening at the same time. Month of May is predicted walk. June is the dance challenge. July is going to be more of these exercise classes. August is a 100,000 step challenge. Then September, it's the Super Walk itself, and that's going to be on Saturday, September the 12th. Any comments? Pete, I really appreciate that you asked me that question, because I think there's probably a lot of questions out there that you may have for me, and I'd like to be able to answer them as best I could. And if I can answer them during the class, all the better. But if you can't think of anything during the class, just drop me an email or drop me a Facebook message either in the group, or if you want to add me as a friend, you could add me as a friend and we could have a messenger chat, or we could just email each other back and forth. But with that, hope the rest of your Monday goes really well, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the same time. Thanks a lot, guys. Hey, Jerry, what about the stairs? Yeah, okay, I'm not going to leave yet. So, Jerry had just contacted us. So welcome, Jerry. It's so awesome to have you part of the program here. I think you're down in the States, aren't you? I'd love to find out exactly where you're from. It's amazing how the world of the internet kind of opens up the world, makes everything smaller. But stairs, yeah, that's great. If you're able to do stairs, that's one of the best things you can do for exercising the largest muscle in our body, our quadriceps. So there's a lot that's going on with being able to do stairs. So if you have that ability, even if it's just one stair and then your feet together, then the next stair, do it that way. But we're trying to look for some balance. So if you're stepping forward with one leg, try, if you can, to work with the other leg too. The more balance that we have for muscular strength, the better it is. Florida, right on. Yes, Jerry's down in Florida. That's amazing. We're making that reach all the way down there. Well, thanks a lot, gang. I look forward. I'll see you tomorrow if I don't hear from you before then. Take care. Bye-bye.